Two members of the West Virginia National Guard are in critical condition after being shot in broad daylight just blocks away from the White House. The suspect is identified as 29-year-old Rahmanullah Lakanwal. He's in custody this evening, but investigators say a motive is still unclear. Muriel Gonzalez has the latest.
A chaotic scene in our nation's capital Wednesday afternoon. Video shows police giving CPR to a downed National Guardsman next to a shattered bus stop shelter. A second troop seen on the ground surrounded by police.
I heard the shots and I just hid behind the chairs over there.
The two guardsmen shot and critically wounded in an apparent targeted attack while they were performing high-visibility patrols near the White House. Officials say the guardsmen engaged in gunfire with the suspect prior to being shot.
At this point, we have no other suspects. We have reviewed video from the area. It appears, like I said, to be a lone gunman that raised the firearm and ambushed these members of the National Guard.
Multiple law enforcement sources say the shooter's ID matches a man from Washington state who appears to have immigrated here from Afghanistan in 2021. But note they are still working on additional confirmation.
I think the biggest question right now is to understand a more kind of rich picture, understanding who this person is and what their potential connections might be.
Following the shooting, President Donald Trump filed an emergency order to keep the National Guard in D.C. and send 500 more troops. This after a federal judge last week ruled the deployment was illegal. I'm Muriel Gonzalez reporting.
President Trump was not in Washington today. He left yesterday to go to Mar-a-Lago for the Thanksgiving holiday. Just after 9 o'clock tonight, he released a video statement in response to the shooting.
This heinous assault was an act of evil, an act of hatred, and an act of terror. It was a crime against our entire nation. It was a crime against humanity. The hearts of all Americans tonight are with those two members of the West Virginia National Guard and their families.
Around 2,100 National Guard troops were in D.C. as of this morning.